Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. Today's date is 4th September 2020. So we have been doing module 5 from the English workbook, and today we are going to do the story writing and paragraph writing. But before moving towards that topic, let us do a quick recap of what we have discussed in our previous class. So in our previous class, we have learnt about adjectives and adjectives of quality. So what are adjectives? Adjectives are describing words. They describe the noun or the pronouns. Then we have come to know about the adjectives of quality. Adjectives that point out the quality of nouns or pronouns are called adjectives of quality. For example, I have a little brother. So little, because he is smaller, right? That's why I am saying that little. So I have a little brother. I have a brother, but the little is describing my brother. Okay? Now let's move towards the story writing. So every story must have some parts. So what are these parts then? These parts are beginning, middle and end. So in the beginning we introduce the characters of the story and the story itself. Okay, so who are playing the lead roles, then where it is taking place. So all the things are included and introduced in the beginning. The middle, in the middle part of the story something happens, something very serious thing happens, or it takes place in the middle part of the story. Then in the conclusion, we end the story or the sentence. So we conclude the story at the end with a moral or end it with a paragraph. Okay, let's move towards the next one. So here from your book, this is an extract from your book. So parts of a story. A story has three main parts: the beginning, the middle, the end. How many parts does a story have? A story has beginning, the middle, the end. So what is the beginning? This is the first paragraph of the story. It tells us who the main characters in the story are. It also tells us where the story is taking place, whether it is taking a place at somebody's house, whether it is taking place at some marketplace or in a forest. So we will be knowing the particular situation by while reading the story. The next one, the middle. This is where the actual events of the story are told. What has happened to him, how it happened, how we came to this part. Okay, all these things happen in the middle part where the interesting stories come. Then we have the end. This is the last paragraph of the story. It explains how the story finishes. It might also explain the values or morals of the story. So this is how we write a story with three parts: the beginning, the middle and the end. Okay, now let's move towards the exercise, which is exercise 4.1. The beginning, middle and end of the story are mixed up. So we have to just a minute. Yeah. So identify each part of the story and rewrite it below. So we have to read the three part of the story. There are three part in three boxes, right? So we are going to read it out, and then we will come to know which is the first part and which is the second part and the last part. That means the beginning, the middle and the end. So let's read it out. So the first box says, he asked them to come to him the next day. He asked them to fill the room with something. He says that whoever does it will become the next king. The first son brings diamonds. The second son fills the room with cotton. The third keeps a lamp in the middle of the room. Then the second paragraph. It spreads light in the whole room. The king is happy with his third son. He decides to make him the new king because his third son is the wisest of the three. Then the third paragraph. You just come to the third box. A king is going to die. He is lying in a bed in his castle. Before dying, he wants to test his three sons. Now, in the beginning part, we have already come to know that we introduced the characters and the where it is taking place. So, the first, that is the beginning part, will be this one. Why? Because we are introducing the main character, which is the king. A king is going to die. He is lying where the story is taking place. He is lying in a bed in his castle. So the story is taking place in the castle, okay, in the king's castle. And he wants to test his three sons. So this is the number 1 paragraph. Clear? That is the beginning. Then we come to the second, which is the middle. In the middle, this will be the middle part where all the actions, all the interesting stories are happening. That means he asked him to come to the next day. He asked them to come to him the next day. He asked them to fill the room with something. He says that whoever does it will become the next king. The first son brings diamond, the second son fills the room with cotton, and the third keeps a lamp in the middle of the room. So, this is the second one, that is the middle, where all the sons are bringing something to the dying father, that is the king. Then the third one will be, it spreads light in the whole room. Why? Because the third son has brought lamp, but the other sons brought diamonds and cotton, which is not required for a dying man. So when the third son brings the lamp in the middle of the room, it spreads light in the whole room. The king is happy with his third son. He decides to make him the new king because his third son is the wisest of the three. So this is going to be the third. That means the moral is also there because he is the wisest son, right? So this is how we are going to identify the beginning, the middle and the end of a story. Now, what you have to do, there is a space below. You have to write this whole story in a serial order. So first you are going to write the beginning, that is the first one, this box, okay? Then the second part is the middle part, which you are going to do it, and then the third part you have to do it. So change the paragraph and write the story below. Now let us move to the next one. Paragraph. What is a paragraph? A paragraph is a group of sentences about the same topic. Now in story we are talking about different things, but paragraph is about a particular topic, okay? And we used to say, and we used to write on that topic the whole paragraph. That will be around few sentences, not a big one, and it will include the same thing about the topic, okay? Let us see how to write a paragraph. Now here you can see a picture of a polar bear, right? Now this is a very short paragraph about polar bears. Let us read it out how the paragraph writing is done. Polar bears have to stay warm in the cold Arctic. Polar bears have a thick layer of blubber below their skin. Blubber is a layer of fat that protects the bears. This is how polar bears stay warm. So, here you can see the whole lines. Every line is about polar bear. That means we are talking about the polar bear. So this is a paragraph and it's a very short one, right? So this is a paragraph writing. That means when we write about the same topic. So when we write few lines about or few sentences about the same topic, then it is called the paragraph. Now let us come to the exercise 4.2. Complete this paragraph about your summer vacation. Write what you liked the most and what you did during your summer vacation. Use the hints to complete your paragraph in 5 lines. So here we have some hints given. Went to a new place, read storybooks, played games, go for a summer camp and learned to swim. So let us find out where to put these sentences and phrases in the correct space. Okay. This year I dashed during the summer vacation. So where did you go? This year I go for a summer camp during the summer vacation. So this is the first option. Then I spent my days reading storybooks. I spent my days reading storybooks. I learned to swim. I learned to swim. Then the next is I liked playing games the most. This will be the fourth option. I liked playing games the most. Next year, I want to go to a new place during my summer vacation. So this will be the number 5. Just wait a minute. Yeah, this is number 5. Yes. So the first one will be, let us read the whole paragraph now. This year I go for a, you cannot write go, okay, you have to write went. This year I went for a summer camp during the summer vacation. I spent my days reading storybooks. I learned to swim. I liked reading I liked playing games the most. Next year I want to visit a new place during my summer vacation. So this is how you're going to write. There are 2 or 3 changes in the words according to the tense. So I will be sending you the PDF in the Google Classroom so that you can write it in a proper way. So this is what we have learned in this session, in this class, about story writing and paragraph writing. I hope you have understood it. So I'm going to end my class here, as well as the module 5 ends here. So let us read a new chapter in my coming class. So be ready. So this is it. Thank you.